Hello, and welcome to my Wonder Woman tiara tutorial. I have made a template / pattern, whatever you want to call it, completely free for download. So make sure you pop down to the description and nab that so you can follow along and make your very own tiara. So on to the crafting portion. Make sure you download my template, grab some craft foam, then a ruler of course, some scissors, an X-Acto knife, a Q-tip, some no-cut gloves because safety first, and of course latex gloves, followed by a respirator, and your choice of contact cement. And right about here is when you are going to start cursing me and the cosplay gods, because you will realize that this template is separated into many different pieces, and you are going to have to cut them out individually and be as precise as possible. But trust me, in the end, all of this work is going to be worth it. I promise you. Now that you've cut all those pieces out, it's time to grab your craft foam and start tracing the individual pieces. One of my tips here is to take safety pins and lightly push them into the template on top into the foam below. And the reason for that is it keeps those really small and thin pieces from moving on top of the craft foam. That way you actually get an accurate trace. And just keep tracing until you've run out of things to trace. Huzzah! The tracing is done, and now it is time to move on to the second portion of cutting in this tutorial. Be very careful here. Make sure you've got your no-cut gloves on. I mean, these tools are seriously dangerous. And once again, as I mentioned previously, be very precise when you're cutting everything out. And another tip I have before you start gluing everything together is line everything up, make sure it matches. That way when you go to adhere it, you know how it goes together. I do have these pieces individually numbered in the order that you should be applying them, just in case you get lost. It's easy to go back and look. But yeah, so you should end up with something that looks like this. And you'll see that I left off a piece. My bad. You'll see me apply it here though. This is where you start seeing all of those pieces of the puzzle come together to make your tiara, and it's so exciting, not only because you realize you've done all the cutting, all the tracing, all the cutting again, but you actually have a tiara now. So the next step is figuring out how to prime it. Some people like to use gesso, others prefer to use wood glue. For my craft foam though, I always use Plasti-Dip. I decided to Plasti-Dip, prime, and paint my tiara off screen because it was below freezing here and I couldn't record it. So after you're done painting and doing all that fun stuff, you can add some hair clips or some elastic to attach it to your head or your wig. And that's it. If you guys have any questions or need some help, or if you even just wanted to say hey or thanks, drop me a comment down below or send me a message and I'll get back to you. I'm looking forward to the next tutorial, you guys. I will see you then. Happy crafting!